This video is a short summary on the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace, and will describe the ceremony with tips on where to get good viewing spots, when to come, and other helpful information. For a more detailed look, click on the link in the video description below. The changing of the guard schedule is dependent on season and weather. The ceremony traditionally takes place daily in the summer and 4 days a week throughout the rest of the year. The ceremony may not take place in bad weather. It is always worth taking a peek at the schedule in advance, as ceremonies can be cancelled, added, or amended due to any number of events or disruptions that could be taking place in London. The changing of the guard is a formal ceremony in which one group of soldiers, the Old Guard, is relieved of their duties by a new batch of soldiers, the New Guard. The ceremony is focused on Buckingham Palace, but it also incorporates St. James' Palace and the Wellington Barracks, and therefore cannot be seen in its entirety. The ceremony begins approximately at 10:30 a.m. The New Guard forms up and are inspected just outside Wellington Barracks. They're based near St. James' Park. While the guard is being inspected, a band stationed at the barracks will oftentimes play music. At approximately 10:45, the detachment of the Old Guard that is stationed at St. James' Palace will form up in Friary Court and then will leave the palace in a formation and head down the mall toward Buckingham Palace. They will often be led down the road by a marching band. At the same time, the Old Guard stationed at Buckingham Palace will queue up in formation in the courtyard just in front of the palace. At approximately 10:55, the New Guard at the barracks will be led to Buckingham Palace, where by now, both the Old Guards of Buckingham Palace and St. James' Palace are waiting in formation. At approximately 11 a.m., the Old Guard and the New Guard present their arms to one another. The captains of each group of guard will march toward one another, and there the keys of Buckingham Palace exchange hands. This part of the ceremony takes place completely behind the gates of the palace. Once the inspection has subsided and the keys are in the hands of the new captain, the New Guard are marched into their positions at both Buckingham and St. James' Palaces. The Old Guard are marched back to Wellington Barracks and are led usually by the band. This takes place at approximately 11:30 a.m. It's very important to get one thing straight. There is nowhere to watch the entire event. You will need to choose which area is best for you. These are 5 essential places for you to watch the changing of the guard. Friary Court. If you want to watch the beginning of the ceremony, this is where you want to be. In this courtyard outside St. James' Palace, the Old Guard, and occasionally the band, gather before they begin the ceremony by walking down the mall. The mall gives guests a close-up view of the parade. Also, there are very rarely barriers on this road, which means the guards walk right in front of you, so there's nothing to block your view or photographs. This location also gives guests the option to leave once the parade is finished, as you will not be trapped at the gates outside the parade. If the mall sounds like a good fit for you, consider one of our Pay What You Like tours. The London All-in-One or Westminster Walking Tour both feature the changing of the guard ceremony amongst many other highlights. The Victoria Memorial. This statue has a great and elevated position outside the palace and offers 2 views, one to the south side where the New Guard will be arriving, and the other at the back or the west side that offers a view directly to the gates outside Buckingham Palace. The Buckingham Palace gates are as close as you can get to Buckingham Palace, which means this is where the majority of people come. Providing you get here early enough, you will have a great view of the part of the changing ceremony that takes place in the courtyard. However, there are drawbacks here as crowds are huge, which means coming early is essential, and there is no leaving once the ceremony has begun. The Wellington Barracks is a great place to be if you just want a taste of the ceremony. Coming here means the guests get to see the New Guard prepare for their shift, and also hear the marching band as they warm up for the ceremony. Crowds here are usually smaller, so it's a good place to come with younger children. There is a lot to consider when choosing where to go. To find out more information about the pros and cons of each location, visit our blog post at Free Tours by Foot.